You don't really know much about Halloween.
Hello everybody and welcome to another unboxing video. I am your host Joel. I am one half of the Newlydeads. If you're unfamiliar with who the Newlydeads are, please go to our website at thenewlydeads.com to find out more information about who we are, what we do. That will link you to our other content. We have other videos on YouTube, which you've obviously already found, including our Sinister Snack videos, other unboxing content, as well as every Friday we release an episode of Dollar Store Driving Classic, which you can find the new episodes on the following networks. And what that show is, it is a half-hour chat show where we find a movie out in the wild, we watch it, and then we talk about it. It's a comedy show. There's a lot of editing involved. There's always a stinger after the end. So if you decide to watch the show, make sure you stick around. And in 2025, our goal is to grow this channel. So if you like what you see, please like, share, and subscribe, because we'd like to get things a little bigger this year. We've made some progress, and thank you to everyone who has taken the time to do that. We very much appreciate it. We also are artists as well as digital content creators. And on October 4th, which is coming up very soon, we're going to be doing the Wolf Hollow Witches Market, which is the 5th annual. And if you'd like to come by and see us, we will be there selling our art that we make. A lot of different kinds of stuff. You can also come by, say hi, tell us that you watch the show, and we would love to chat. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please reach out to us at contact@thenewlydeads.com, and we'd be happy to answer any questions that you have. And you can also reach us through our Facebook page, which I do monitor all the time and try to make updates there pretty much daily. So please go there for all the information about who we are, what we're doing, where we are, etc. And we also have our dogs that occasionally pop up in the videos. Bailey is sitting right here, and Shaggy's over there staring at me, wondering why I'm talking to myself. So anyway, for this episode, this is my second year of subscribing to Vinegar Syndrome. And so this is the Vinegar Syndrome August subscriber box. I know it's a little late because it's already September. It's almost October at this point, but life, it takes priority, and sometimes the videos get delayed a little bit. So I apologize. I try to get them out there as soon as I can. But the first thing we have here is Sergeant Kabuki Man NYPD from 1990. This is about a streetwise New York police officer who transforms into the world's most unusual superhero, obviously Sergeant Kabuki Man. This is a Troma release, and I remember seeing it back when it originally came out. It was all over at the video store along with the Toxic Avenger. And with the resurgence of the Toxic Avenger and the new film that came out, which we went and saw and was real nice, Clark, this is getting a proper treatment through Vinegar Syndrome, which has slowly been re-releasing a lot of the Troma titles, and even Lloyd himself has praised them for the quality of the material that's on there, as well as the transfers and everything they've done. So this is another, I'm sure, great release. Haven't had a chance to watch it yet, but this is directed by Michael Hers, part of half of the Troma team, who did Troma's War with Lloyd Kaufman, The Toxic Avenger 1 through 3 with Lloyd Kaufman. And then, of course, Lloyd Kaufman was the other director on this, who did my favorite Troma film, which is Poltergeist, Night of the Chicken Dead, which I have seen multiple times. I have the soundtrack. I have it sitting over there on the shelf, the little 3-disc special edition that came out on DVD a while ago, and I have the Blu-ray as well. It's just such a great low-budget, lo-fi horror comedy with a musical element to it, if you can believe that. This stars Rick Gianassi, who was in Mutant Hunt, as well as Robot Holocaust. This also stars Susan Bayun, who was in Dead Connection and did a whole lot of TV in her career. A little bit of trivia here. When Harry Griswold is being yelled at by the police chief for wearing a clown costume, you can see a poster on the chief's table saying "Wanted" in huge letters and showing a picture of the director Lloyd Kaufman and Michael Hers. So this is the typical Vinegar Syndrome abundance of cardboard. So if you like slipcovers, you have got a lot here. So you've got the box there. Then on the inside, you've got the slipcover itself with an artist. I don't remember who the artist is, but they've been using this artist a lot on a lot of their releases. This is a 4K release of this film, which who would have thought that Sergeant Kabuki Man would ever get a 4K release, but here we are. Here's the information on the back. So inside we have the Blu-ray 4K and the bonus disc. So a lot of content here for your Sergeant Kabuki Man lovers. And inside we have a nice booklet, which I haven't actually scanned the booklet since I originally got it. So I'm just going to kind of give you some of the highlights here because I don't want to get in trouble. It's mostly just writings about the film, which, as we've talked about in the past, is something that I really need to start getting better at doing. But there's some screenshots from the film, and it's just, you know, a nice extra little piece of memorabilia and information about the film. So if you're a fan, this is really probably the quintessential release, at least for now, until we upgrade to another format and maybe they do something even more, perhaps a second movie or maybe a remake, who knows. All right, next up we have the Films of Larry Fessenden, Volume 1. This contains the films Habit and No Telling. Habit is from 1995. The plot is that it's set in a gritty real-life New York City where alcoholic Sam meets up with a modern-day succubus who marks him and controls his will. As his world unravels, he slowly figures out what is happening and has to figure out what to do. This is directed by Larry Fessenden, obviously, who was known for the 2001 film Wendigo. Also did Depraved. The stars Larry Fessenden as well, who was in Jugface, which is a Lauren Ashley Carter film that I'm a fan of hers, so I've seen most of her output so far. He also was in The Battery, which is a very underrated zombie film. It's up on the shelf. If you've never seen it, highly recommend it. It is independent and just fantastic. A little bit of trivia here. Originally conceptualized and filmed when Larry Fessenden was a student at New York University, the 1997 version is technically a remake. It was shot in 45 days over a 3-month period. Second on here, we have No Telling from 1991. This is about the plot here is in the name of medical research, a man experiments on animals. His relationship with his wife becomes stressed when she becomes inquisitive about his work. This is also directed by Larry Fessenden, who did Blackout and a film called Beneath. This stars Miriam Louis, I guess is probably the better pronunciation, which this is her only credit other than a short film. And a little bit of trivia here, the original cut of the film, which premiered at the Boston Film Festival and played in several other festivals, including something I'm not even going to try to pronounce, Avoriaz, was longer. And director Fessenden cut 20 minutes of footage for the theatrical release of the film. So again, we have the overabundance of cardboard from Vinegar Syndrome. Now, Volume 2 was just released with the September box, which should be here shortly. And inside, let's see, Habit was the one we talked about first, so we'll go with Habit. There's the artwork there, the artwork there. Now, these also are 4K releases. Again, same artwork. On the back, we have information about the film, special features, and no screenshots. Interesting. Inside, we have the 4K and the Blu-ray release. Very excited about this one. I've heard a lot of good things about it, and I love Larry Fessenden, but I've not seen either of these films, actually. So this is No Telling. Again, just beautiful artwork. I don't know who they got to do the artwork, but it's really nice. Inside, we have the same cover there that we had on that. And then on the back, we have information about the film. Inside, same thing, Blu-ray 4K release. And the other thing that this comes with is, let me just put these back together real quick, is a handy dandy notebook. No, it's a booklet about the film, or films, I should say. And I don't know how many are going to be in this release. Larry Fessenden has a pretty healthy catalog of directorial films. But either way, I'm excited because the guy is kind of he's a big name in independent film. Let's just put it that way. And he's an interesting dude. Well, I had to skip past that one. It was a little risque. But anyway, they are giving him the royal treatment, which he justly deserves, in my opinion. But the second set does have a film I've actually seen on it, so that one is going to be a nice addition to the collection. And like I said, I don't know how many more they're going to do, but I assume if they do well, they will continue down the path of Fessenden somethings. I don't know. Let's go ahead and get this back in here. There we go. All right. And finally, we have Playroom from 1990. So the plot of this film is an archaeologist is haunted by a nightmare in which his family is murdered. This is directed by Manny Coto, who did Dr. Giggles. Yep, that Dr. Giggles. And something called Star Kid, which you may have seen on the shelf back when it was out. This stars Christopher McDonald, who was in Happy Gilmore 1 and 2. Yep, Shooter McGavin is in this film. And he was in Quiz Show, which is such a phenomenal film that I've seen multiple times. It's on the shelf on DVD. I love that film. I like movies about game shows for some reason. I don't know. There's like Confessions of a Dangerous Mind, and there's a couple others that I'm drawing a blank on, including documentaries. But anyway, trivia here. This was co-written by Jackie Earle Haley, but he's not in it, which is odd. Now, Jackie Earle Haley, you may remember from The Watchmen. He was Rorschach. He also was Freddy Krueger in the abomination of a remake, which I have nothing against remakes, but that film, I've seen it several times, and I can't get behind it. I'm sorry. Jackie Earle Haley is a phenomenal actor, kid star who grew into just a great adult actor and is a wonderful character actor. But I don't know. I didn't know he did a lot of writing, so that's kind of a cool little bit of trivia there. So there's the cover. There's a fun little piece of art on the back, suitable for a tattoo. Inside, we have the same cover there. On the back, we have information about the film, extra features, and shots from the movie. And inside, we have the same picture that's on the back on the disc, and then we have the alternate cover, which I'm assuming was the original cover for it, as well as the same information on the back. So I really honestly know nothing about this film, but I trust Vinegar Syndrome and their choices. So I'm excited to check it out when the time comes. So that is it. That is all the 3 releases that I got for the August subscriber box. The September box, which is already on the way, I just got the shipping notification this morning. I will tell you, has the Larry Fessenden box, as well as an extra thing that I bought at the big sale they just had, which honestly, the sale itself was kind of, didn't get a lot of interest in anything in there, except the one thing I did buy. And it wasn't even something that was on sale. So I don't know. Anyway, that is it. Please go check us out at our website, like, share, and subscribe, as I said before. And if you have any questions, reach out to us directly. We always are happy to talk to you anytime, anywhere. Yeah, so that is it. Remember that tomorrow is not guaranteed, so don't forget to unbox your heart. We'll see you soon.
This will be done, you see, between the real and the unreal. The dead might be looking in. Halloween. The Festival of Samhain. Happy Halloween.